Welcome to a new series of Tools for the Trade. The Build Network UK have partnered with CSCS. This is going to be the first of many episodes. Probably one of the most talked about topics on social media, CSCS cards, grandfather rights. And we've come together, Sean Kearns, CEO of CSCS and the Build Network. We want to explain everything to you, the audience. So over the course of 2025, we're going to have many shows taking questions from you, the viewers, to hopefully clear up all the uncertainties. I say this with a smile, Sean, because first of all, welcome. But secondly, there is a lot to talk about. And I think it's great that you've come in because it's 30 years old now.
Yeah, 2025, our 30th anniversary. Started in 1995, very much a carding output from the outset with a qualification base, and that's where we are now. We had a changing policy early 2000s where it was a carding for the workforce, whether you were construction or non-construction trade. That got reversed in the mid 2010s, so 2015 with the One Logo initiative. Yep. So all CSCS cards now are based on qualification with the health and safety element.
First sort of main question then, the threshold for a card today is a qualification, a health and safety test. Do you guys at CSCS develop these qualifications and deliver the training? Because that obviously, let's just get that cleared up from the word
so
go.
I guess that's one of the industry myths. No is a short answer. We card to industry standards. The standards are set by industry through sector representative organisations, so that those in the trade defining what that trade threshold should be for qualification for a skilled worker, and then that's ratified by, on our footprint, CITB as the standard setting body, and they'll set the standards of qualification for that occupation. We then, and that's all we do at CSCS and CSCS cards, all we do is card to that threshold. So when you see potentially online, you've got to do the CSCS test, there is no such thing as the CSCS test. It's the CITB health and safety and environment test, or a number of equivalents that we accept. So all we're doing is saying, when you're applying, demonstrate you've got the certificated skill and a current valid health and safety and environment test, valid within the last 2 years, you'll then get carded.
Right, so we've got that cleared up. CSCS Alliance, what is it?
So 2015, the CLC, and you had Mark in recently for an interview himself. The CLC developed the One Logo initiative because there were multiple trades turning up on site, carded from different places, and there was no form of validation checks. So for the principal contractor or their subcontractors couldn't tell whether the individual was actually qualified with a verified card. So the One Logo initiative came about. CSCS, because we're the biggest of the card schemes in the industry, the CSCS logo was determined as the logo that then had to be on every card. So whilst we issue about 50% of the cards, so there's currently about 2.2 million cards live in circulation. We issue around 1.2 million of those. The balance is issued by 37 other card schemes. The collective of the 38 plus CSCS as the licensor are the CSCS Alliance. So for the principal contractor, for the guy at gate, they don't have to worry about whether it's a small micro scheme or whether it's issued through us. If it's got our logo on, it's part of the gate routine.
I guarantee there's loads of you watching this thinking, I've got questions, what about this? Let's just recap. This is an introductory piece. Throughout 2025, we're going to be doing more videos explaining got a whole raft of topics and subjects. So please don't bark at the screen you're watching it on. Send us a comment below or an email and we will take your questions, sit down and answer them. That is the whole point of this. So please don't expect everything to be sorted in this short video. So next question, the announcement you made regarding the group structure.
Yes.
Could you explain that?
Yeah. So we've always been the card scheme, our card. But as I just explained, since 2015 and the One Logo initiative, we've also been the licensor of the other alliance schemes. One of the governance review pieces we went through with the board in 2023, which has therefore led to the group structure in 2024, was creating that separation. So therefore, CSCS Cards it's a subsidiary of in the CSCS group, but CSCS Cards is one of the 38 carding schemes. CSCS is the licensor of all 38. So whether that grows or shrinks over time, CSCS has the licensor responsibility to ensure that the standards are applied across every scheme.
The next section, Building Safety Act, we'll try and cover this as quick as we can because probably next year it is going to be a whole show just on this. What impact is the Building Safety Act going to have on the card schemes displaying the CSCS logo? So
CLC have effectively updated their recommendations, reissued in 2018, 2020. The latest recommendations have been issued to us for licensing with all 38 schemes and was issued March last year. So that focuses on what our deliverables should be.
Yeah.
Because industry is defining what the competence standards will look like for each occupation. CLC at this point have said all card schemes need to be mapping the journey, but couldn't specify X or Y because it's down to the industry occupational groups sitting within the industry working groups that define what the skills, knowledge, experience and behaviours are, the SCEB. You've probably heard that acronym. It will be an acronym that will be more and more discussed over the coming months and years. So industry and those leading within those occupations set the SCEB. Our job is then to card to it once the sector skills bodies have then defined the qualifications that then deliver to the SCEB. So the NOS, you may have heard the term NOS previously, which has always been used in construction, has been used in most sectors to define what the qualification standards are. That's effectively what's being updated. That then has to be communicated to those that train, because they've got to train to the new standard. We then card to the qualification that comes from that. And what we're expecting is that there will be probably some additional competence thresholds put in place, maybe some additional CPD required. So you've got the qualification, but some products and some methods of application have changed since the last time you renewed your card. Therefore, you would need to have X, Y, and Z additional modules as part of your personal training to evidence to us as part of a carding journey. We don't know what that is for each occupation, but we've got a process in design at the moment that, as it's defined, we would seek to surface it within the card.
Again, something we can cover next year.
It's going to be a topic of its own.
Yeah.
I can absolutely guarantee, and it will be a topic because each of the occupations, and we've got hundreds.
Yeah, it's not a few, is it? Crikey.
Have got to go through that process,
yeah.
And therefore the outcome piece will be different for each occupation, and it's our job to seek to surface it. The simple message we're trying to convey to industry is the guy at the gate needs to be able to interpret it, because
the poor old gate guy standing there in all weathers.
You don't want to be delayed getting on site. They've got to be able to interpret that the individual's on site to do what they've got the skills for.
Well, I thought that was going to be the longest one. I actually changed my mind. Labourer card. Let's try and get this done in a couple of minutes. Probably everyone, if they weren't 100% switched on, are well up for it now.
Yeah.
Green card, right. social media, probably LinkedIn more than others, a few are commenting how it doesn't fulfil the expectations of the Building Safety Act. Is that something you agree with?
I think there's two elements on the labourer card. Up until 2015, 2016, everybody was carded. Industry expectation was only those on construction occupations need to be carded, which is absolutely right. Not everybody on, therefore not everybody on site. We had a series of cards in circulation and supply that meant around about 25% of all cards were to unqualified individuals. We've gone from a 25% to 1%. So the introduction of the labourer card, because the industry set it, so not us, standard setting body.
That's something that needs to be clarified.
Yeah. So we don't set it. So CITB with sector bodies, sector represented organisations, set threshold, and it was defined that a labourer would be a basic level qualification plus the health and safety test. So my labourer card is still based upon a qualification, and we're now in that conversation with industry as part of their defining for each occupation what the skills threshold is for a skill card. What should also be the definition of the skills for a labourer. And the important thing is that you need to be on site with a card, but it should be the right card for the right job. And some people with labourer cards at the moment haven't got the right card for the job. They're in training, so they should have a training card and evidence that they're in training, because you can then evidence you're on a route to competence. The labourer card is not demonstrating any form of competence.
Whatever questions you've got, please put them in the comments, because we just want to recap. We've come together to try and explain everything so industry's clear, because if you go on LinkedIn now, I would say this is probably one of the most talked about topics at the moment. And there are some people that are very vocal, and rightly so. But rather than bark at the screen now, we keep saying this is something that's going to go out throughout 2025. We want to work with you, the industry. So please put comments, questions, and we will answer them. So hopefully, as next year progresses, people become clearer and understand things a little bit better. So industry accreditation, big subject.
Yeah.
Talk us through it, and obviously the big decision to withdraw it.
Yeah, so IA, Industry Accreditation, grandfather rights, is where the card is issued on the basis of the employer's recommendation rather than based on a qualification. That's where we've introduced back in 2019 through the CLC the policy. So it's been a 5-year policy in its wind out.
So let's just clarify this, grandfather rights. I think we're going to have another show on this next year. It's a big topic. So again, if you've got a lot of thoughts on this, you're passionate about, where am I going to work because I've not got the qualifications, please put some comment in below asking what you would like us to answer. Let's just clarify, this is grandfather rights, 31st December 2024, things change.
Yeah, from here, the individual needs to evidence qualification.
Let's just clarify numbers. Load of stuff on social media about 250,000, hundreds of thousands, but actually it is a bit less than that, quite a bit less.
So I mentioned earlier, back in 2015, there were about 600,000 individuals carded that were unqualified. Around 100,000 of those were in IA. So 25% of the carded workforce were unqualified. 5% of those were on IA cards. We're now sat with less than 1%. I
know this isn't in our points we're going to go through, but I think it's important to bring it in, is the fact that a lot of the guys, I'm taking me personally, a lot of the guys I work with over the years residentially, I know it's different, but a lot of them did struggle to read and write.
Yeah.
We were together a long time.
Yeah.
But what they could do with their hands was unbelievable. I got told that there's ways to get around this, but it's more of a sort of audio.
Yeah, it's
talking through it rather than trying to. Because let's not try and scare people.
No, it's
that's a big point.
It's assessment evidencing on the job, and and it's evidencing prior. So it could be video, could be because we all now use social media. We all as part of building inspection are having to evidence to the building inspector that what's behind that wall before the fascia's on was compliant, and therefore you've got that. And if you've got evidence of you on the tools doing it as opposed to you just evidencing the final outcome, that's what the assessor's looking at. That's what they're judging, and therefore it's a completely different assessment process than when you and I were in a study. Would have been completely different. Definitely no pen required except the signature, probably.
Now, I think that's probably going to be one of the first ones we do, grandfather rights. Yeah. I think again, the whole idea is clearing everything up so people can get an understanding of...
Yeah, so for those of you that are, from the 31st of December, you can't renew. You can't renew on the card you had without evidencing the qualification for the threshold. But you can, if you're one of the occupations in our schemes, you can apply for an experienced worker card, which will be a red card, which will have the occupation detail that still gets you on site and still allows you to trade, but allows you for another 12 months to complete that journey.
Looking ahead, 2025.
Yeah.
What would you say? Are there any changes, improvements, being more clear? What can we expect from CSCS?
So 2025.
Obviously 30 years old.
It's also 2025 is the 10th year of the One Logo initiative. I think what we'll see is more reinforcement because of the checking process. So we introduced 2 years ago that there were multiple checking tools for site checks. There's now the single checking tool for any of the CSCS cards. It's Smart Check, which enables anybody carded to be checked and verified on site. So that will be some additional functionality being rolled out to contractors as part of the information that's available to them. Also, as part of some app development that we're doing with My CSCS. So whilst most of you will think about the card in your wallet, actually, in the same way as your cash card is probably on your phone as much as physically. So the CSCS card is also digital. So for those sites that allow digital access, but not all sites enable digital, not all sites have got the tech at the gate. So we'll see that as a further development. More app functionality for you as the card holder. Generally, we're contacted twice in 5 years. Once on application, 5 years later, once on renewal. Yep. Or sometime in between because I can't find my card and I need a replacement. Whereas now you can download the digital app, My CSCS. So if you do misplace your card, lose your card, you've got the replacement straight away on your phone. It's there and it does it's got exactly the same function. But we're pushing some more functionality through the app, which we'll make more announcements on during the course of the year. I think the other element, two elements in terms of insights, with the creation now of Skills England and therefore the expectation that there will be some adjustments in training functionality. We know with the amount of interest in housing and particularly in terms of political interest in meeting quotas, the need to increase the number of individuals coming into the construction industry. Yeah, we hold information on 2.2 million workers. We will be starting to use that at an anonymous level to indicate where we can see shortages as well as upskilling requirements.
Well, that part fascinates me. We need people now.
Yeah.
Sad to read in the week T levels are going.
Yeah.
Another subject, another conversation for another day. But my view on this, my personal view is, it's just not talked about in schools. It's university or fail. And again, I'm going to use my 10-year-old lad as an example. He's bored at school. He's so bored. He's learning about oxbow lakes and longshore drift, which is something I learned about in what, mid-80s, early 80s. Don't need it.
Yeah.
But he's a great example. He's so good with his hands. He comes to work with me. Little things, fitting a skirting board, putting a little bit of, his scratch coat on a wall. He loves it. So why don't we celebrate vocational people and get them into the industry? Because the bottom line is great careers, and you can earn some good money now.
It's one of my hobby horses. Some of the career paths I've taken. It's a criticism of multiple governments that our education system is now predominantly academic output, not enough vocational learning. Yet 60% of any form of employment is vocational. So where's that vocational skills learning within the education process, as opposed to it all being an academic output? And therefore we've gone from having about an 80-20 academic vocational learning pre-16 to more than 90-10. So it's about 92-8. So and yet 60% of what we go on to work doing uses these.
Well, that's something that we're going to be working closely with various government officials and CLC and other groups, because I love this industry. It's allowed me to work around the world. I've learned so much on site.
Yep.
No apprenticeship or MVQ or T-level or whatever they're called now. And I think that needs to be brought back in a bit more, actually on site. As a spread, I don't see what you can learn in a classroom. Yeah. But another conversation for another day. That kind of wraps things up. Sean and I could probably go on for hours. That's why throughout 2025, we're going to be bringing you more shows. You're sitting there probably thinking, okay, well, they covered a few bits. Anything you want answered, simply put a comment in. We will then go away, and throughout next year, 2025, we're going to come to you with certain shows with Sean. We're going to be looking at doing webinars. Let's get this cleared up, work together as an industry, which is only going to benefit us all.